Hi, good day everyone. My name is Faisal. I am a PhD scholar in mathematics with over 10 years of teaching experience. In today's session, we will be working through a past paper question from Edexcel and which is basically for GCSE mathematics for higher tier. Yeah. So this particular question, which we will discuss today, it carries 5 marks. In exam, it contains 5 marks total. And in line with examination expectation, I will guide you through the complete mark scheme, explaining clearly how marks are awarded at each step. The topic for today falls under geometry and Meyer, and the subtopic which we have, it is focusing on circle, arc, and sector. So let's begin by carefully understanding the question statement. We will first interpret the problem statement and construct a clear diagram to represent the given information. Once the setup is complete, we will proceed methodically towards the solution. Before we dive into the question itself, we will briefly revisit some key concepts that are essential for solving this question. These include right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem, sectors, and arc length. With these foundation refreshed, we will then move step by step into solving the questions with clarity and confidence. So first of all, let's talk about what is a right angle triangle. After that, we will just jump to some other concepts. So we have x-axis and y-axis here. Let's say that it is our y-axis and this is our x-axis here. Okay. So here on x-axis and y-axis, we have this is the point of intersection. So here we have x0, y0. We always name it as origin. And as we go to our right side, value of x will be increasing. And if we go our left side, values of x will be decreasing. Similarly, upside values of y will be increasing, downside values of y will be decreasing, like this. Okay. So if we have a point here, let's say that we have a point here. So here value of x will be 2 and value of y will be 1. So somehow we have a point here. So here, let's say that value of x will be 4, 5, 6, and value of y will be 1. And we have one point here. Here we can say that 4, 5, 6, value of x is 2, and value of y is 6. Okay. So if we meet one point with other point, this is called a line segment. And if we meet this point with our first point, let them give some names. Let's say it is point A, this is point B, this is point C. So when two line segment meet at a same point, so then this point is called vertex, right? So if we have a vertex here, and then that vertex will make angle. Basically, that angle uh, is right angle here, by the way. Okay, now let's meet C and B here as well. So we can observe that now two lines meet at point C. So C is vertex as well, B it is vertex as well. So we got three vertices, A, B, and C. Okay. And as we have three vertices, so it means that we have three angles as well. So we got three vertices, three vertices. Let me write it here so that we got three vertices and same as three angles. And now we name them. This is our vertex A, so this side will be small a. This side will be small b. and this side will be small c. So three sides as well. So a closed diagram having three vertices, three angles, three sides is called a triangle. And in a triangle, if we have a angle which is 90 degree, it is called a right angle triangle. Okay, so that was right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle, we can say that a side in front of 90 degree, it is called hypotenuse. It is called what? Hypotenuse. A side which is containing 90 degree and angle, this is called adjacent, mean a horizontal side, adjacent. And the vertical side, this one, it is called opposite here. Okay, so as we know the side names, then we have some basic rules which we discussed in our previous classes. Let me revise because we will use them. So we know that for sine theta, we have a result which is basically what? Opposite over hypotenuse. This result we use to find if our angle is missing or if any of these sides are missing. We can use this result. Keep in mind, this is only for right angle triangle. Same as cosine theta, it will be equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And lastly, we have tan theta, which will be opposite over adjacent. Okay, so we will use this result in our today question. Also, for right angle triangle, we have a Pythagoras theorem. So pronunciation is changed for different regions. Some Pythagoras, some Pythagoras, and some Pythagoras. Okay. So it is where it is hypotenuse square will be equal to adjacent square plus opposite square. Okay. So that is first basic concept which we must have to revise. Second concept is about sector and circle. Okay, it is like same. We have our y-axis here and we have our x-axis here, and same things repeat. Values of x will be positive on right hand side, value of y will be positive on upside, and downside it will be negative. Okay, so if we have a diagram here, okay, and for example, if we have a one point here, let's say that this point is here. So a set of points, let's say this point is, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, x is 6, and y is 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's this point name as C. So all these points which are equidistant from this point, which is basically C, let's say that we have two upside, one and one, two here, okay, or three here. So let me make a diagram. A set of points which are equidistant from this point, this set of points is called circle. So circle is basically a diagram in which all the points are equidistant from a fixed point. So that fixed point is called center of a circle. Okay. So basically that is a definition, a little bit higher level definition of a circle. Okay. So now this is our circle. Okay. So its center, let's say that its center is C. Let's suppose that. Okay. So as we mentioned already that it is equidistant from fixed points. So center to any point, let's say that we have one point here, we have one point here, we have one point here, whatever, let's say it's point A. So distance from center to point A, it will be radius. Okay. And same as center from to this point, it is B, it will call also radius. We name it as R in short form. radius is r, by the way. Okay. So a circular distance between 2 points, circular distance, it is called arc. It is called what? Arc. Okay. So now we can observe that two radius and one arc just divide the circle into two parts. Into two parts. One part is, let's say, white and one part is pink. Okay. So this part, which is pink here, this part is called sector. Okay. So in sector, what things matters? First thing is radius, second thing is angle, and third one is length of arc. Length of arc. So relation between them, it is equal to L is equal to R theta. Okay. So L stands for length of arc, R is radius, and theta is angle between two radii. Okay. That is first definition. Second definition, if we have a circle here, and let's say this is our circle, and there is a line which touches the circle only at one point, it is called tangent line. For example, we have this blue line here which touches the circle only at one point. Only at one point. So this line is called tangent line. Let's say it is touches here, only this point here. Okay. So this line is called tangent line. Tangent line. So keep in mind, if we have radius here, center here, so if we draw a center and a line between center and this point, it is obviously our radius. So keep in mind, a tangent line and radius always have 90-degree angle. Okay, so these are all the results which we wanna revisit before solving our question. Now just come back to our question. They mention what A, B, C are points on a circle. So this A point, this B point, and this is C point. 3 points on a circle, okay. Radius is 5 centimeter, makes sense. Center is O, makes sense. DA and DC are tangent to the circle. So this line DC, it is basically tangent line. Okay. So if tangent line, what I mentioned already, then there will be an angle which is 90-degree angle, by the way. Okay. Same here, it will be 90-degree angle. Okay. So here I wanna mention one other definition, or not definition. If we have a triangle in which, like this, we have a triangle which sharing same angle and one side is totally same. Like in our case, we have this radius 5 centimeter and angle is 90-degree. So it means that other side, both sides will be equal to each other. Okay. So these two triangles in this case will called congruent to each other. Okay. So there will be another triangle here. Okay. Which got same side one and same angle. Then other side will be also equal in that case. So it is 90-degree here, it is 5 centimeter. So these are called congruent triangles. Okay. So now we got two triangles which are congruent to each other. Okay. For example, one triangle will be this pink triangle here. Okay. And second one will be white triangle. Okay. DO mean D to O from here to here. This whole line is how much? 9 centimeter. Work out the length of arc ABC. Okay, so we wanna work out for the length of arc. Which arc is basically we wanna talk about? It is this arc A, B, and C. Okay, so keep in mind to find a length of arc, what was formula which we discussed already? It was L is equal to R theta. For this we need radius, which is 5 centimeter. What else we need? We need angle. Okay. In a circle, total angle is 360 degree. 360-degree total angle. Okay. So we need this angle from here to here. So we don't have any other information, but what all we can do, if we can find the angle here and we can subtract from 360, it means that we can get easily this theta. If we get this theta angle, then we can easily find the length of arc. So that is the whole scenario and whole working process here. Okay, so now let's go step by step. So first of all, as we know here, this pink one is a right angle triangle. So we can use this one to find our angle. So our first step will be, it is our solution here, solution. So step one will be what? We just talk about this triangle, this, and then this, and then this one. Okay. So this is our right angle triangle. So for your information, let give them exact same name. This is our center O, right? And this theta we want to find. This is basically 5 centimeter this side. Okay. This is our point A in diagram. And this is point D. And they mention it is 9 centimeter. Okay. It's very easy now because this is our right angle triangle. So what I mentioned that this will be our adjacent in revision. This will be our opposite. The side in front of 90-degree, it is called our hypotenuse. Okay. What are we want to find? We want to find this theta with this angle. As this angle theta 1, this is angle theta 2. So they must be same because they are congruent triangles. Okay. So for this, which sides we have? We have adjacent and we have hypotenuse. Let's go and revise in our thing adjacent and hypotenuse. We have cosine theta here. Okay. So cosine theta, we have adjacent over hypotenuse. So we will use this formula here. So we will write here cosine theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. In our case, cosine theta name is theta 1, adjacent is 5, hypotenuse is 9. So to find theta 1, we will say cosine inverse of 5 over 9. By using calculator, as this is a calculator paper, so we can find that our answer will be 56.25 degree. Got it? So if this theta 1 is 56.25, so let me write it here, 56.25. So this theta 2 will be also 56.25 as they are congruent. So let me add both of these angles. So theta 1 plus theta 2 will be equal to 56.25 degree plus 56.25 degree. It will give us answer. If we calculate this here, 56.25, 56.25. So it will be 5 here and 12, 10 and 1, 11, 112.5 degree. Okay. As I mentioned, in a circle, total angle is how much? 360. So from 360, we have to subtract this angle, which is basically 112.5. So our theta will be equal to 360 degree minus 112.5 degree. So our answer will be 247.5 degree. Got it? Basically, that thing which we need, we already find, which is 247.5 degree. Okay. I believe here you got everything very clear. Now, what was our task? To find the length of arc. For this, our formula is L is equal to R theta. Okay. So now we will go for L is equal to R theta. We know very well R is radius, which is 5. And for theta, we have in degree. Okay. So first of all, we have to convert into radian. Here we have two methods, by the way. Okay. In some formulas, they just use only simple formula when we have angle in degree. Okay. In that case, what all they do, they just write theta over 360 multiply with 2 pi and r. Okay. Basically, they are both are same, by the way. In our case, we can convert this into radian first. So when we have to convert angle into radian, what all we have to do, we have to multiply with pi over 180, or we can do 2 pi over 360 degree. So basically they both are same. Okay, so you can use this one or this one, it's up to you. After careful uh, calculation, what all we get the answer. So our answer is 21.598272, something like this. Same here, 21.598272. We will go back to question and they ask us to three significant figure. Okay, so we will just round about 21 point. After 5, we have 9. It means that it is more than half. So it will be 21.6 centimeter. In this case, it will be also 21.6 centimeter. Okay, let's just revise again. That what are we supposed to do? First of all, we just think about this diagram. They mentioned that AD is a tangent. Tangent mean it will make a 90-degree with radius. So we just consider this right angle triangle. Okay, from here we find our theta by using basic right angle triangle rules. After this, what are we supposed to do? We just add this theta 1 and this theta 2 and we subtract from 360. We find this angle and we put in the formula, which is L is equal to R theta, or you can use this formula and we find our answer. Okay. So when we are talking about marks distribution in this question, so first of all, we will get 1 mark when we will use this here, cosine theta result. Okay. And after that, when we find our angle, it is 1 mark here. So you will get 2 marks when you find only one angle. Okay. And after that, what are we supposed to do? Here, when we got this angle, total angle, theta here, 3 marks here. Okay. And after that, when we get arc length here we get 2 marks. 1 plus 1 here by using formula here and for calculation. So here we get 5 marks total basically, and that is very important question for our exam. Okay, so that's all for our demo session. I believe that you have understand you got this question. If you have any question, feel free to ask. It's now questions answer session. Thank you.